Hey, everybody, and we are live. I'm so excited to be doing these again. Before I get started, I see we've got a bunch of people already in on this live session. Why don't you go ahead and drop a comment where you're coming in from? Would love to see where you're at and what the weather's like if you got a chance. So I see we've got Albert and Crystal, so thanks for joining us. Today, we're going to talk SkillBridge, and I've got Matt and Kadine with me. Thanks for joining us, guys. Wait a minute. Do that again, Kadine. Is that it?
I can't do that.
I don't think if you can't tell, I've got no rhythm whatsoever.
That's it.
But I do have a unicorn in my background if anybody's really paying attention. So, no, thanks for joining us, everybody. I guess let's start off and talk about HireMilitary and where we originally got into internships, right? So for those of you that don't know, we do DoD SkillBridge internships, also known as the Army Career Skills Program, but we also do direct placement and temp to perm. So we, as a company, help to find service members, veterans, and military spouses meaningful employment. Now, where it started was about 4 years ago. There were a good amount of service members that were looking for DoD SkillBridge internships. And for some reason or another, they weren't able to find them. They didn't make it into one of the big programs. They weren't able to make timelines match up. And so a couple of them came to me and said, hey, how do we do this? I can't get an internship. I said, it should be easy. It's free chicken for most companies. You get to go in there. You get to spend a few months, hit the ground running. They get a free test drive. And you can find yourself a next career. And they said, who do we tell? And then they said, well, they don't understand the program. And, what about these, no unpaid internships laws? And so I started to get involved, and I realized that service members did not have the requisite knowledge and experience to explain this program to some of the larger companies. And then they didn't have the relationships to find these internships. And so that's where HireMilitary came on board, where we help connect service members in their last 180 days in service with companies to do these 3 to 4 month DoD SkillBridge internships. And that's where it all started. And how we are different than other organizations, or most other organizations that do this, is that we don't typically do cohorts in case the company really wants it. Our timelines are flexible, and so are our requirements. And what we really want is a company to have headcount available for when they start this internship. And what that means is we'd like for companies to have identified roles that you can go into right at the conclusion of your internship. And last year, 97% of our interns got job offers at the completion of their internship. And one of the people that did not get an offer emailed me and said, hey, Mike, just letting you know I would have gotten an offer, but I told him I wanted to take 6 months off and not to make it for me. And so that's where it's really gotten different. Now, we've got 2 DoD SkillBridge interns with HireMilitary on the show right now with us here. So Matt is a former DoD SkillBridge intern that's now a recruiter for us. And Kadine is coming in as a DoD SkillBridge intern as a recruiter for us. So let's start off with, I think it's age before beauty. So Matt, we're going to go over to you. Can you talk about your experience?
Oh, man. You're just jealous because of the hair. We all know it. So I just retired out of the Marine Corps back in October. And, I wasn't expecting to get out when I did. I was about 16 and a half years. I went through some medical stuff and I realized, hey, it's time to get out. And I really didn't know what to do. I wasn't expecting to be getting out so soon. I didn't have a plan. I want to do a couple more years, retire at least 20 years. I had a mentor of mine. He's kind of like, hey, why don't you look into a SkillBridge? And I honestly wasn't even familiar with the whole program or anything like that. And I started going on internet, Facebook, got involved on LinkedIn a little bit more. Went on this DoD SkillBridge website. There really wasn't a lot in South Carolina where I'm at in Beaufort, because I'm still near Parris Island, South Carolina. There just wasn't a whole lot in my area. So I started branching out a little bit more. Found HireMilitary, and then there's a remote one. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And account manager, what's that? I was an infantry guy. Like, I didn't know what any of it was. I read the job description, like this sounds like something I could do and I'd be interested in doing. I applied for it, went through the interview process, and luckily someone took a chance on me and brought me on board. And, it's been almost a year. I think towards the end of this month, it'll be a year for me since I got brought on as an intern, and it's really helped change my outlook getting out of the military. The amount of pressure relieved off of my shoulders, having a family, knowing there's a good chance of landing a job when I get out of the military, it was huge for me. And, I'm still working remote. I've moved positions a little bit inside the company. And that's the great thing. I was account manager for SkillBridge, recruiting for SkillBridge, went straight account manager with some business development side of things. And now full-blown recruiting, which is something I never thought I'd be doing. But the beauty of the SkillBridge process and what I was able to do is network with outside the company and in the company, really learning about the ins and outs of what recruiting actually is, and decide, hey, this might be the best thing for me. Because I think one of the biggest struggles getting out was really figuring out, purpose. What is my purpose in life once you get out of the military? Because when you're in the military, it's easy. You wear the rank, you have a position, you have a billet, you have all of these things, and it goes away. Like, what am I? What am I doing? And so being able to really try a few different things. Now, it's not going to be the same for every company out there, but luckily for me, doing some research on it and working with some great people, I was able to really find something I can enjoy doing. And that's when I talk like having purpose, getting somebody into an internship, getting interviews set up for jobs. That's where the success happens. That's where the happiness comes from. Seeing that happen, seeing people be able to get jobs at the internships, getting hired when they're done. That's what, brings joy and happiness. I buy expensive things behind me hey, maybe this will work. It does, but it's not like a longer lasting passion. It doesn't really do it on a daily basis. So having these responsibilities is great. Learning how to network's been huge. And I think that's the great part about doing the internship with this company specifically. It's not going to be the same for all of them, but, be able to get out of your comfort zone. That's the best advice I give to people. Like, yeah, you might be doing one thing for so long, but maybe you want to do something different. I was going to get my PMP, but I talked to somebody. I was like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't. That sounds like too much what I want to do. I want to be doing my own thing, have the flexibility to do what I want to do. And I have that.
Yeah.
I'm happy I didn't do it. It's not for everybody. It wasn't for me.
So what drives you, Matt? I guess that's the question. What drives you to be a recruiter?
So, I have there's a lot of like background to how I got to where I am, the sense of purpose and belonging, things like that. And, being able to provide somebody with a future, being able to say, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for this. Cause I tell people there's no applicant tracking systems with us. It's like, we go through and read everything, like the resumes, we read the summaries and profiles, and we dig and we find people. And being able to approach somebody like, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for this. Even if we can't help them, I can at least point them in the right direction. Like, I might not be able to help you. I can point you in the right direction, shine the light, like, go here, and then be able to help them figure out what they want to do. Like, help them find their passion is what really drives me.
And let me just tell everyone, there is an applicant tracking system. There legitimately is. There's just not a black hole. Right. I think that's a great way to explain it. Right. So we have an applicant tracking system, but Matt and the team get to go in and look at every resume that applies. And I think a big part is because we all have one foot still in the military and veteran military spouse community. I guess before we get over to Kadine real quick, Matt, what was the biggest thing you had to learn during your internship to be successful now?
I think the biggest thing I had to learn was different types of communication. Like how I'm going to communicate, one, with the service members that need something, understanding their needs, but also being able to speak with the companies that we work with, and like working with their HR folks, their recruiters, understanding their lingo and just things that I didn't know before, and just realizing I don't know what any of this means. I have to learn it. Like I had to no crap, identify like, hey, I don't know this. I need to ask questions, and I still do on a daily basis. It's been almost a year, and I'm still learning a lot. And being able to be comfortable saying, hey, I need help with this real quick. Can you show me how this works? Luckily there's plenty of people that can be like, yep, here, this is how you do it. Okay, got it, cool. I'll go off and do things. And it's really great to be able to do that. So being able to learn those, and the communication, I think, is huge, because being in the military, you do things a certain way, you speak a certain way, and it's different. It truly is. I can't be the same person that I normally am, or that I was before, with that aspect of things, and just understanding the professionalism behind speaking to different companies, and the lingo is important.
Okay, I got it. That makes a lot of sense. Last question. Did you really learn a song to play for Kate's birthday on that video?
So, I had Happy Birthday going. I screwed it up a few times, but it was there, and it's the thought that counts.
It truly is. I saw the smiles were absolutely authentic, and I smiled seeing you with the guitar. So thanks, Matt. No, I appreciate it. Hey, Kadine, over to you. I guess let's talk about your background and what led you to, being a SkillBridge intern with us.
Absolutely, Mike. And first of all, I want to say, can I get an amen in the comment section? Because Matthew Hart, you were preaching. Listen, I have went through a lot going through SkillBridge, right? I'm a current intern here at HireMilitary. And during my journey of trying to find an internship, there have been high and lows. And one thing that have been consistent is the fact that the team here at HireMilitary are very communicative. They're very consistent, and they're very supportive. So originally, I had an internship originally in the state where I was located in Oklahoma. And then the Air Force decided to change their rules, so I was unable to continue my internship with them. So I had to spend 4 months looking for everything, searching up the internet, networking, connecting, all of everything that some of you guys may be doing now. I was doing it. I wanted to pull my hair out. And then one day I just came across the post on LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn is such an important source, not just for SkillBridge, but for any job-related experience. It's such a huge networking platform opportunity. So that definitely, I went ahead and I applied for the recruit in SkillBridge. And guys, here I am today. It's been such an amazing journey, just being able to work with such amazing team every single day. Everyone here is very family oriented. My baby made a guest appearance on a LinkedIn Live before. Everyone here, as I said, is just so very supportive of the transition and journey, and just pouring into me as an individual, not just like an intern or employee from that sense. So yeah, Mike, that has been my journey so far. It's been an interesting one.
Fantastic. I guess the question is, what have you really learned so far? What are the biggest takeaways from your internship so far?
Yeah, networking is not what you know, it's definitely who you know. There have been multiple people that I have connected with on LinkedIn, and they did not apply for any position on our HireMilitary page, but just through networking with them, I saw that they were a great fit for a position that we had. And through them going and tailoring their resume, they were able to go on and be successful in their internship pursuits. So it's just go out, like be available, be vulnerable, allow yourself to go into the space of networking with people who may have opportunities, right? And also make meaningful connections. So that's been the key thing that I have learned so far.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm not ecstatic to hear that from both of you. It's great to see the smiles. Well, at least the smiles from Kadine. Matt, there you go. He's a Marine, so Marines have trouble smiling, right? But they don't have trouble growing hair, it appears. So it all balances out. I guess, so what I want to take this now is let's get a chance before we go in and close. I know, Kadine, you have some SkillBridge internships you wanted to talk about, things that we're looking for right now. And then I think Matt's got a couple jobs that he wanted to talk about. So Kadine, we'll turn it over to you to talk about the jobs you have. And before you get started, hey, listen, team, if you're interested in one of the roles that Kadine or Matt mentions, you can just comment with the title of that role, and someone from our team will reach out. Over to you, Kadine.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mike. So guys, we do have the DoD Skill Bridge, and this is for service members who are in the last 6 months of their contract. So you're able to go ahead and apply for Skill Bridge internship if you're retiring or separating. And as Mike said, 97% of interns who do their Skill Bridge with HireMilitary do go on to get a job offer. So we really pride ourselves on working with companies that value the veteran demographic. With that said, I have a few positions that may be of interest. So majority of service members who get out of the military, either want to go into HR or may want to go into project management. And luckily for you guys, we do have these roles today. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about it. So we have an HR generalist position, and this is located in Fort Mill, South Carolina, for an amazing company that we partner with called Masonite. So what are you doing in this role? They want someone who's able to work in staffing, employee relations, benefit training, compensation, performance management, and just a wide variety of HR-related tasks. So you do have to have 2 to 5 years of experience in the HR field. In addition to, they really want someone who's bilingual. So if you speak Spanish and you have HR experience, I think this may be the role for you, right? So the second role that we do have, this is more so for a senior enlisted or officer member. We do have a senior project manager position, and this is located in Lansing, Michigan, for a company called NeoWave, which is an exciting company because they do a lot of pharmaceutical. They're very big into the medicine space, right? So what will you be doing in this role? You'll basically be maintaining a portfolio of projects, and basically you're going to be serving over multiple project manager from a senior level. They want someone who have 8 years of experience in project management. Again, as I said, they're looking for either senior enlisted or officer member. And they also want someone who have about 5 years of experience in a leadership setting, who have a progressive growth in responsibility. So even though we do have a senior level, we also have a project coordinator level. So if you are new in the project management space or you're wanting to pivot into that space, we have that project coordinator. So for this position, you're basically going to be managing a lot of administrative tasks. You're going to be dealing with scheduling, admin work, portfolio reports, all of that good stuff. They do want someone who have 2 to 3 years of project management skill, and they want you to show them that you're able to complete projects and be able to manage it, right? In addition to have a great understanding of working in a team environment, getting the job done, getting the mission done. And yeah, guys, those are the amazing roles that I have today. So as Mike said, if you are interested, go ahead and apply, and I look forward to reviewing all the resumes.
I gotta say, are you looking for a career in television?
I am not, but if the opportunity comes.
That was incredible. No,
Thank you,
that's
Mike.
fantastic. So for everybody that's listening, I just want to say, project coordinator roles are amazing ways to learn the foundational skills and cement the foundational skills that are going to vault you upwards in the PM community. And the fact that we have an internship at a senior project manager role is amazing. So if you're going to Michigan and you're a retiree, I mean, that's something every single person should be considering. And then the last thing I would say is that, you know, every senior leader says they're HR. Where is Fort Mill, South Carolina? Is that near Matt?
It's in South Carolina.
Yeah, it's in South Carolina. It's just think Charlotte, North Carolina, right? It's on the southern part of North Carolina. It's
Cool.
like 30 minutes away from there. So even if you're in North Carolina near Charlotte, you can go 30 minutes south of there, and there you are. They even have a Charlotte location, but it's a new facility too. I've personally worked with Masonite for almost a year now on SkillBridge. I was recruiting for them for a while for SkillBridge, and they got a great culture there. Just from all the experience, we've had a lot of placements with them. Everyone that's gotten hired has loved it. Every SkillBridge intern has gotten hired on.
That's amazing.
And they all love it. It's a new facility that they just put up a few months ago. So I saw somebody that was interested in it. You just got to reach out to Kadine or just go into the link that was put on there, and you'll be able to apply for it. There you go.
And there we go. HR generalist and fully bilingual. So fantastic. So people can go right to the HireMilitary.us website and apply to them, right, under interns. Or you can shoot a note directly to Kadine and she'll be able to help you with any of those skill bridge opportunities. Fantastic. All right, Matt, over to you. You've got a couple jobs that you wanted to discuss, right? Full-time employment?
Yep. So this is like a unique one for me because, I used to do these for Skill Bridge all the time. We do the Hot Jobs Tuesdays and for the Skill Bridge. So now being able to do it for the full-time positions, the direct hire has been great. One of them that we have available, it's like a remote hybrid type role based in Virginia. It's the maintenance and repair manager. So if this is really big for the Navy folks, even Coast Guard. The company is very much into working on naval ships, vessels. They want people that have that experience. If you've had any time on submarines, think an operations manager.
Mm-hmm.
You're making sure that all of the equipment gets to where it needs to be on time. You're managing schedules, you're managing the budgets, you're making sure that everything is happening. It's a lot of behind the scenes work. And, if you have that Navy experience, and especially maintenance related, you can understand everything, speak the lingo. The gentleman I talked to from the company is 34-year Navy vet, and the majority of their team are veterans. That's who they want working for them, which is why they reached out to us because, one, we speak the language.
Right.
Like, they tell us what they need. I'm like, okay, I understand that. Or we know the right questions to ask to make sure we get the right person for the right job. And that's what they want. They want the right person for it. So the senior enlisted folks, just because they do need quite a bit of experience for this one, because, you got to be able to work remotely. You're on your own. You don't have anyone working directly for you, but you have a ton of responsibility. They have some very good benefits with the company.
Are you turning wrenches or you're leading?
You're making sure
that everything gets done.
And making sure it's all happening. Like I said, it's like a hybrid role. It's remote for right now. They might be doing some on-site work here in the future. It's the Chesapeake, Norfolk areas where they're going to be located, but just as long as you're around that general area for right now, that's fine. But it's remote work. It's the flexibility. It's great.
Sounds amazing. Mm-hmm. And what's the other role?
So there's some new ones that came up in Savannah, Georgia. That Savannah Pooler area. Pooler is just a little city right next to Savannah. It's about 45 minutes to an hour from where I'm at right now. Great place. So an operations manager for all the active duty, soon to be or recently retired folks. This makes your ears burn. You hear operations manager. They also have operations supervisor ones there too. So the company is growing. They're building brand new facilities. There's 2 of them opening up within the next year. It's working on logistics, and you're there making sure everything's happening. This kind of similar to that last one, but it's mainly focusing on making sure all the daily operations are flowing smooth. If you're an operations manager, you're in charge of the operations supervisors, and you're making sure a couple hundred people are doing their job. They want some of the bachelors, but they value the experience more than anything, and the personality. They want somebody that's flexible, is initiative driven. Though that should describe just about any leader coming out of the military.
And you mean bachelor degree, not bachelor's like single?
You can be both, preferably the bachelor's degree.
They're looking for bachelors.
Yeah, just the single folks.
Not the right side. No, just kidding.
So, they want some of the experience and the personality that can just really lead and develop the other folks that are there. And the operations supervisors in the same locations, you have anywhere from 50 to 100 people you're responsible for. So if your passion is really leading large groups of people, that could be the right fit for you. But also, coming straight from their human resources folks, there's room for growth and development. You prove yourself, you'll have a very good chance of moving up into different positions, promotions, more money, like all those things that everyone wants. There's a lot of room for growth, but it's strictly in Savannah, Georgia, that general area. Again, all the facilities are going to be built up in that general area. They do offer some relocation benefits too. So, if people that are transitioning out, you get your benefits, but from what I understand, they don't ship vehicles. So if you need to ship a vehicle, that could cover your relocation assistance right there. If you've already transitioned out, you've used that last move, they do offer some relocation assistance for it too.
Fantastic. So let me see if I got this wrapped up. If they want to work in operations, basically they want to lead, manage people in an operations environment, and they're willing to go to Savannah, they could reach out directly to you, Matt. or
Absolutely.
just type operations in the comments,
Mhm.
and you'll be able to reach out to them and see if they're a great fit. And in a lot of ways, if they're not sure which level is the right fit for them, you can help them figure that out, right?
Yep, absolutely. And there's links in the comments too. You can go that way. You can reach out to me directly. Either one works. But you just, we do one-on-one screenings. Like, it's not just hey, I got a person, take them. And we have a conversation just like we're doing right now, a one-on-one conversation with somebody to see what the right fit is.
Okay.
If they're not like this 15, 20-year veteran that checks every single box, but they have the drive and the passion for it, the operations supervisor earning your way up is probably the way to go. And the pay is still good. I can tell you that right now.
No, I love it because companies are actually coming to us because they want veterans or military spouses for these roles across the board. So that's really exciting. So, and then if they're in the Navy or they have Navy experience and they're a senior leader, then they can, reach out to you as well about that opportunity in the Norfolk area. Partially remote, but they'll have to go to the Norfolk area on occasion. So, I mean, look, I got to be serious. I didn't really know this going in, but I think we just checked every block for every transitioning service member. We got project managers, we've got operations, and we've got HR. I mean, like, every first sergeant should be like saying, "Oh my God, that's me," across the force.
Yep.
But no, thank you both. That's really exciting. I don't know if you guys hear the vacuum in the background now. But I guess I'm going to turn it over to you guys for the quick last word. We'll move over to you, Kadine.
Absolutely. Just thank you so much for the opportunity, Mike. I know that this is a company that you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into, and it definitely showed, right? And it's been such a pleasure learning recruiting because I come from HR, but pivoting into the recruiting area. It's been such a cool experience, you guys, just working with so many phenomenal individuals such as yourselves, and just building up meaningful networking, just being here right now. So thank you all so much for your time, and I look forward to looking at some resumes later. So thank you.
Thanks, Kadine. Matt, we'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I think the one thing I didn't talk about that Kadine did was networking. Network. Find people that you can talk to within the company. Follow the companies. Talk to folks within the company. You can narrow the companies down to the veterans within the company. Communicate with them. Talk to them. Figure out what they like, don't like about the company. Really see if it's the right fit for you. Reach out to us. We have the digital networking professional program that can really teach those things. A lot of us have gone through it, and we can really help with the networking aspect too. So if you're not too sure what you want to do, we can always help point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
We have the resources for others too. If we can't help, we usually say reach out to this company, the vet jobs, the ACPs, people that we know from that organization, like, oh, talk to this person specifically because they can probably help you.
No, I think that's a great point. And I'll just add to everyone, we've got, I think, close to 60 companies now processing contracts, 60 new companies that want to work with us to hire veterans and to bring on service members via DoD SkillBridge. So what I would say to everyone here is if you're not sure, if you're in your transition or you just want to be considered by fantastic recruiters like Matt and Kadine, then you can go to the Tenova LLC careers page and you can click to join our talent network and just drop your resume, answer a few short questions, and you'll be in the first database where they go to look before they go to place. So, and you got an opportunity for people to throw jobs at you and see if you're interested. And I don't know about the rest of you. I was an aggressive hunter for my transition. I went out and worked for what I wanted, but it was always nice when a recruiter reached out and said, "Hey, Mike, we've got this opportunity. Have you considered this?" And because then if I didn't know it, I could always say, "Well, I'm not interested, but I've got these friends that might be." And as Matt mentioned, Kadine mentioned, there's nothing better than when you get to help change somebody's life with a career. So thank you both for your time this afternoon. Thank you for being such advocates for our community and being patient as well with our community. And we'll see you all next week.